Hey guys, it's Mev from Beauty with Mev, and today we're going to be doing Christmas gel nails. How exciting! We're going to do like a green candy cane look and a red kind of little present look. So I'm going to go through everything you need now. I definitely recommend getting yourself a good file. I like 100 over 180 just to get like that soft side and a hard side. I also have this really cute little brush. The brand is BQAN. It's got a tiny fine little brush just for getting all those details in. Really recommend, because that's what really makes your Christmas designs like pop. I'd also definitely get just a cheap little brush. This is a paintbrush from Art and Hobby, a little bit of acetone, just because when you do cure your gel nails, any mistakes you make will be kind of cured onto your finger, which isn't ideal. Next up, I just have these two little pointer pens. I have a thin one and a skinny one, also just for getting the design in there and the details. My Kabuki brush is my best friend. I love using it to just wipe away any dust, any bit of cuticle. It's a really nice, really soft little touch just to have as well. I like this orange stick just because, you know, if you're a bit squeamish like me, you might not want to cut off the cuticle, but to push them down off your nails really handy. Just gives you more room to work with and a bit more area to paint and get your design in. The brand that I love for gel nails is called Beetles. It's vegan, it's like cruelty free. So we're going to be using white, red, green, and then a top coat and a bottom coat. These are really important and essential for doing your gel nails. The bottom coat basically preps your nail and the top coat keeps the polish on. So you definitely need two of them. It doesn't have to be Beetle, it can be whatever you want, but they're just a brand that I like. Cuticle oil, I really like this just for keeping your finger and the skin around your nail nice and dry, hydrated. Freudian slip there. Nice and hydrated. I also just have this Neo Nail LED lamp, really essential for gel nails as it's going to make those nails dry and keep them hard and stuck to your nail. There's 3 buttons on this one. There's 30 second, 90 second and 60 second. So for my gel polish I need to cure for 90 seconds for each layer, but always check your brand and see what their recommendations are. So keep watching and we're going to learn how to do some nails. Starting off as usual, you just want to file the nail into whatever shape you like. It doesn't even have to be a shape, just kind of file it into an acceptable standard to put your polish on. Any rough edges, anything you want to get off, just really take your time with this because it's easier to file more off, but if you file too much off you can't really put it back on, unfortunately. Next up, using the same file but the softer side, I'm going to buff the surface of the nail. This is going to create a nice bit of texture for your gel polish to really stick onto, and that's why it lasts so much longer than regular polish. So again, take your time, get all those little bits because you want your polish to stick and last. Okay, so that's my little Kabuki brush. I love pink things. I'm really girly, so of course it has to be pink. And now the nails are prepped and ready, I'm going to go ahead and push the cuticle down. This can be a little bit painful, so really just be mindful of your own pain threshold, and especially if you're doing it on someone else, your client's pain threshold, because there's nothing worse than getting a little nick with that orange stick. Make sure to remember to do the side walls of the nail as well, not just the cuticle, because your cuticle can grow up that far. And really you just want to make as much space for you to play around with as possible. Okay, so the nails are ready. I'm going to go ahead and put on my base coat. As I was saying earlier, this really just kind of helps to prepare the nail to keep the gel polish on for as long as possible, keep it nice and even, smooth, shiny, all the things you love about getting a manicure or your gel nails, like the bottom coat really does play a lot. And again, with any nail polish, don't put on too much. You don't want to get that bumpy, lumpy, like cracked effect. Just an even, generous layer. I'm really taking my time here, getting all the edges, trying not to get it on the skin. But if you do get it on the skin, like I said earlier, get a bit of acetone on your brush and wipe it away, because it will become cured to your skin. And while it's not going to hurt you or damage your skin, it just doesn't look as nice as when you have all your nails painted and they're all clean. I'm going to go ahead and cure that for 90 seconds, but always check the instructions of the brand you're working with to get the correct time for the best result possible. And while that hand curing, I'm going to go ahead and paint the other nails. Also guys, gonna apologise for the lighting. The LED lamp really messed with it every time, but hopefully you can bear with it and it's not too bad. I'm going ahead with the green polish. It's a really beautiful, like sparkly green. And as I was saying before, I'm doing thin layers. And I'm gonna do about 3 layers on each hand. One hand will be green, one hand will be red. In the green hand we're doing the candy cane, and on the red hand we're doing the beautiful little white present design. It's so simple, but it's such an amazing touch. Like, you're really gonna love it. Taking my time, getting all the little edges and trying not to apply too much to keep the layers thin. Yeah, you can see I made a little mistake there. Nobody's perfect, so I'm just using a bit of acetone. I like to kind of tap it on my skin first to get any excess product off, because you don't want to rub the whole nail off with the acetone and then just go in to where you've made the mistake and rub it away. Okay, so while the green hand is curing, I'm just going ahead with the red hand. Exact same as before, I'm going to do 3 thin layers, cure in between every single layer in 90 seconds. Really taking my time, getting every single little part of the nail. You don't want to leave any bit out. Please bear with me with the lighting. As you can see, it's the LED lamp. I really love this shade of red. It's so bright and festive and like vivid. It's almost a bit neon. It's just beautiful. I think it's the perfect Christmas red, and especially paired with the sparkly Christmas green, like, it really gets you in the mood for Christmas. Wiping away any mistakes. That little bit of polish would have been cured onto my model's hands and would have been quite hard to get off, and it just kind of ruins the look. So really take your time, look out for any mistakes, pay attention to the details, and just get that bit off. So next we're going in with the white, and this is to make our candy cane. I like to just put a little blob of the polish. It doesn't have to be on a plate, anything, just it makes it easier to work with when you're doing these small designs, so you're not dipping your brush into the whole bottle and it gets really messy. I'm using my little BQAN brush for these designs and my pointer pens. I also have the same red that is on the other hand, so it's really going to tie these two looks together. For the candy cane, I'm using my ball pointer pen. It's really hard to say, sorry. And I'm just making kind of a curve at the top with a straight line in a candy cane shape. It's completely up to you and the artist to make whatever you like and do it your own way. There's lots of different ways to draw a candy cane, but I will say I'm going to draw the white part, I'm going to cure for 90 seconds, and then I'm going to go back and add the classic like red stripes of a candy cane. You can see there I just changed my mind. I made it a bit longer, but you can have it short, you can have it long, skinny, fat. You don't even have to do red stripes if you don't want to. It's completely up to you. Curing that for 90 seconds, I'm going to start working on my present. I'm going to use the middle finger and my BQAN brush. We're going to start by drawing just a thin white line down the very center of my model's nail. The next will be another thin line horizontally across, and then we're going to draw 2 upward facing ovals to create a bow, and 2 downward facing flicks to create the kind of long, nice part of the bow that makes it really fancy. You can see exactly what's happening there. Really just taking my time. This is why these little brushes are just so handy. You really just create the details and make the design come to life. And I will say as well, a small bit of product goes a long way with these designs, because it's the same idea as when you're just painting the nail. You don't want to apply too much product and have it too thick, because it will kind of crack and bubble and it will flake off, unfortunately. So don't apply too much when you're doing the design. Easier said than done, but you'll see after you practice a while how to do it. These are the upward facing ovals I'm talking about. They create the top of the bow. And the downward flicks. And you can see it's all coming to life now. It looks like a wrapped up present, and I just think it's so cute, and it's such a simple design. And it really just gives you that big feeling of Christmas. And I'm going to cure that for 90 seconds, and it's up to you depending on how much product you applied if you want to go over your design with some more polish and then cure again. But always make sure to cure whatever you do in between each layer. So now my candy cane is cured. I'm going to go ahead and wash my brush. Just a little bit of acetone. Acetone's amazing, I use it for everything. And I'm going to go ahead with red, keep it really classic, just to add some little stripes. Absolutely feel free to apply your stripes in the same direction as the contour of the candy cane, or you could go vertically, you could do a little patchwork, complete artistic license, whatever you want to do. This is just my idea of what I think a candy cane looks like. I also thought it would be a good idea to apply a little French tip just to bring the whole look together. It's completely up to you, but on this finger I'm doing a skinny kind of rounded French tip, and you'll see the next finger I did a thicker, more of a straight line tip, and that's just to give you a visual for what different kind of tips could look like with this design. Personally, I prefer this skinny rounded one. I just think it's so cute, and the candy cane's so cute, and it really just ties it all together. But I wanted you to see what the two different types would look like so you can make your own decision. So on my model's ring finger, you're going to see in the next scene that there is a thick, more straight tip. That little BQAN brush is fantastic. Anyone who might be watching this, or if you know anyone who's into doing nail art, nail design, even just painting with actual paints, it's amazing. I definitely recommend getting it. So handy. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the present design again. So as I said earlier, it's one vertical line straight down the middle, followed by a straight horizontal line through that to create a cross, 2 upward facing ovals, and 2 downward flicks. It sounds really abstract when you're just listening, but I hope you'll see from the tutorial how simple it is and how just achievable for anyone with any kind of level of artistic skill. It's definitely one you could do, and your friends and your family will be so impressed. With the downward flick, you can absolutely make them as long, as skinny, as curly, as straight, whatever you want. Okay, so this is the top coat. Just once everything's cured and everything's dry, apply a thin layer of your top coat over all of your designs and all of your nails. And this is really going to help to seal your design and seal your polish onto your nail and protect it from chipping as much as it can, obviously within reason. Gives a lovely glossy shiny finish as well, you can see in the video. So these are our Christmas present nails. Here's our cuticle oil, definitely for hydration, not drying. That was my Freudian slip. A tiny bit of this goes a long way as it is an oil, so I like to put some on my finger, put it around one cuticle and go back and take the product from there and spread it to another cuticle. Just it's kind of easier to divide it between the nails because it comes out in kind of like a drop of oil. And this is just a really nice finishing touch. Protect your nails and your skin because we are working with products that have some chemicals in them, and we're buffing and we're filing, we're pushing the cuticle down. It's really nice just to add in at the end. You can see the nail there that has the more straight French tip, just to give you the option of what two different looks might look like. And here's the finished product.